everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. As you've seen the title, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you all my summer reading list. And here, I'm with all the books that I'm planning to read by this month, April, and roughly by the end of May. So let's have a short overview of the books. The first book I have with me is 5 Feet Apart. So 5 Feet Apart is a budding romance between two teens, Will and Stella, who are in treatment for a genetic disease called cystic fibrosis, which affects the lungs and leads to severely shortened life expectancy. So these two young patients fall in love with each other despite being forced to stay apart due to their illness. The second book in my TBR is Little Woman. This was set during the time of the Civil War, and it follows the Marsh family. And the sisters Jo, Meg, Beth, and Amy really captures readers' hearts. This is a classic and was written during 1860s, I believe. And I'm not a big fan of classics, but I've read this when I was little, and I'll just read it again this summer because I got a new edition of this cover. The next book in my reading list is It Ends With Us by Colin Hoeven. Now, I've heard so many good reviews about this book. I heard it's beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. And the another fact is, this book was inspired from the author's real-life experiences. This book is about a beautiful and ambitious girl named Lily Bloom, who grew up in an abusive household. And the quote that made me so desperate to read this is, there is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things. And the story tells that how the one we love the most may end up hurting you the most. This is the most awaited book on my reading list. The next book in my TBR is It by Stephen King. So this is a story about 7 children who live in Derry, Maine. And every 27 years, bad things happen at Derry, like child murders, child missing cases, and other things like that. And meanwhile, Pennywise, the dancing clown, feeds on fears and prefers to prey on young children. So these 7 children decide to do something about it, and that's what the story is about. Stephen King has his own way of great storytelling. And this book is not just horror. There's romance, friendship, and it's endearing. So one of the things I love the most about this book is the friendship between the 7 children. And this book is quite long. There's more than 1,300 pages. I'm not sure when I can finish it. The next book in my TBR is The Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. So as a big fan of Twilight series, I can't wait to read this yet. And The Midnight Sun is a story about Edward and Bella, but written in Edward's perspective. Meanwhile, the Twilight series was written in Bella's perspective. And this has been such a long-awaited release, and it's a shame that I haven't read it yet. And I'm also planning to read The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner too. I'm obsessed with this vampire stuff, so it makes sense. Okay, the next book in my TBR is The Betrothed by Cara Cass. So, this is a story about Hollis, and when King Jameson declared his love for her, she was thrilled, excited, and also shocked. But soon she realizes that falling in love with the king and being a crowned queen may not be the happily ever after she thought she would have. So soon she meets a commoner and falls in love with them. So, however, I heard that this book is not that good compared to her other works. But I love the Selection series so much still. But I can't come to a judgment or conclusion yet because I haven't read it yet. So, yeah, I love the cover though. The last book in my TBR is The Notebook by Nicola. So, this is such a passionate love story, and if you're looking for a soon-worthy romance, just go and grab this book. And this book was written in 1996, and the plot goes through the time of pre- and post-World War II era. So this is a story about Noah and Allie. And after 14 years, Allie returns to Newburn, but this time she's engaged to a handsome and charming guy named Lon. But she did not have a passionate relationship with him like she had with Noah. So she falls in love again with Noah. And yeah, the plot goes like that. So I've read this book before, like in one sitting, and I've watched this movie too. But I just want to reread this again in this summer. This was my first TBR and hope you enjoyed this video. And please do comment below if you've read any of the books in this TBR. We'll see each other in a next video. So until then, bye.